Hello friends and welcome to StudyIQ. I am Joycey Joy and today we will be discussing about Delhi's air pollution and the need for amending the 1981 Air Act. So we will first discuss the current affair. We will see what is the present issue. We will also discuss about the seriousness of air pollution problem in India. We will also see what are the implications of air pollution problem. And we will see how does the other countries, in other countries, how is this problem managed, and we will see how varying is the policy response or how ineffective is the policy response in India, and we will see what are the drawbacks in the 1981 Act, what are the shortcomings, and we will also see what should the new law bring in. So what should be the content of the new law, or what issues should the new law address. And we will see what are the priorities for India. So what should be the priorities for India now? So these are the topics that we will discuss today, and this is a very important topic because of the alarming rates of air pollution in Delhi, and also because of the deteriorating quality of the air in many parts of the country, not only in Delhi but also surrounding Delhi. In many parts the quality of the air is deteriorating. So considering that, it's a very important topic from all examination perspective, especially from UPSC perspective. An analysis of this topic would be very important. So let us begin with the current affair. So current affair, you know that the Delhi's air quality index crosses 500. So as the Delhi's air quality index crosses 500, the national capital has officially entered the public health emergency category. So the air quality has crossed 500 and Delhi, the national capital, has entered into the public health emergency category. And this highlights the dire need for amending the 1981 Air Act and to make this Air Act of 1981 more compatible with the contemporary India. So this Air Act was passed in the year 1981. So since 1981, everything has changed. The quality of the air has completely undergone a change. So it is important to bring the laws compatible to the contemporary India, that is to the present needs of the country. So that is why we need to amend the 1981 Air Act. So this is what we will be discussing today. So let us see the seriousness of the air pollution problem in India. What is the seriousness, or how serious is the problem of air pollution in India? So air pollution in India is not just an environmental concern or an environmental problem, but larger than that, it is a public health concern. So it is a major public health concern in India, and it affects all those who are breathing the polluted air. So whether it is children, whether it is elderly, or whether it is women, men, so everyone is affected alike. So everyone who is breathing the polluted air, they are affected. So the problem is universal. It affects everyone. And according to the report of the Center for Science and Environment, the report says that air pollution kills on an average 8.5 out of every 10,000 children in India before the age of 5 years. So under 5 category, 8.5 children out of 10,000 children are killed due to the menace of air pollution. Now coming to various other reports, another one is the report of WHO, World Health Organization. According to the WHO report in the year 2016, it has reported that the pollution has led to death of more than 1 lakh children in India. So this is the report of WHO. So air pollution has caused to the death of more than 1 lakh children in India. Now coming to various other studies. Various internationally acclaimed studies have affirmed that the life expectancy in India has declined between 2 to 3 years. So life expectancy has declined due to the menace of air pollution. And also India is in a worse situation compared to its global counterparts in this regard of combating the air pollution. Now according to another report of Greenpeace, 22 out of 30 most polluted cities in the world is from India. So a vast majority out of 30 most polluted cities or places, 22 are from India. This is the study of Greenpeace. And Delhi, according to Greenpeace study, Delhi has bagged the position of world's most polluted capital. So Delhi is the world's most polluted capital city, and India has got 22 out of 30 world's most polluted cities. And in the year 2018, India was placed in the bottom 5 countries on the Environmental Performance Index. So Environmental Performance Index, India was placed at the bottom 5 countries. It was ranked 177 out of 180 countries, along with Bangladesh, Democratic Republic of Congo, Nepal, etc. So this is the seriousness. So these reports and these implications show how serious is the problem of air pollution in India. Now coming to the implications of it. Now if we compare the pollution levels in Delhi, currently the breathing in Delhi's air, it is similar to smoking 22 cigarettes in a day. So you know how harmful if we smoke 22 cigarettes a day. So breathing Delhi's air is similar to smoking 22 cigarettes in a day. So this is the seriousness of it. And with the toxic air entering into the human lungs, this causes serious health concerns, especially in children and also in the elderly. Everyone is affected, but then the most vulnerable category, they are the children, especially under 5 and the elderly. So the health and the quality of the life are significantly affected. And the schools are shut. So schools have been shut down in Delhi. This is because of the breathing problems among the children. So these are the implications of it. Now let us see how has other countries managed this problem. In the United States of America, in the US, the Clean Air Act has proven that the public health and economic progress can go together. Now one issue or one dilemma is that when you give more importance to public health or when you give more importance to environmental consequences, what happens? You have to compromise on developmental issues, or you have to compromise on development and economic progress. But the Clean Air Act in the United States, it has proven that without compromising on developmental goals or on economic progress, you can definitely achieve the targets of public health and better environment. And in the US, between 1970 and 2017, the aggregate national emissions of the 6 common pollutants in the country has dropped on an average of 73%. So this was after the adoption of the Clean Air Act. So through this Clean Air Act, through one piece of legislation, the US has challenged multiple sources of pollution: airborne pollution, vehicle-led pollution, air pollution, etc. Now, similarly in China, they have declared a war on pollution. So after declaring a war on pollution, China's cities reduced particulate concentration, the PM concentration, by 32% in 2018. So different countries, especially developed countries and those countries where the industrial activities are very high, so those countries have adopted proper legislations in order to contain the air pollution and its health consequence and environmental consequences. So around the globe, we will see that countries have adopted legislations, proper legislations to combat these issues. Now let us come to the policy response in India. Let us see how effective have been the policy response. Now, if we look at the central government and the state government, especially when we talk about the case of Delhi, we see that both the central government and the state government they are simply indulging in blame games. That means the center is blaming the state and the state is blaming the center for not implementing policies. So they are involved in blame games. And combating air pollution or combating the effects of air pollution has not become an electoral priority. In the election manifestos, this has not become a priority of the political parties, both at the central level as well as at the state level. And third worrying fact about the policy response is that there has been no bill or law with stringent provisions in order to combat air pollution. Of course, government has come up with various programs, various schemes. But within the schemes itself, there are problems of underfunding. And there is no holistic approach, in the sense there is no law or no bill which has stringent provisions to deal with air pollution. And in the recent times, we have seen that the government has worked various policies, draft policies, programs, etc. in order to alleviate the problem of pollution. But these programs and policies does not have, first of all, legal mandate. They are not legally backed up. And secondly, the budgetary allocation to these programs and policies, they are very less. It is as less as 300 crore under the programs such as National Clean Air Program. So, low budgetary allocation and no legal mandate. These are two challenges. So, budget or finance is one thing and second one is legal mandate. With the absence of both of this, it is very difficult to enforce, to make sure that there is true enforcement of the targets and the goals guaranteed. So, this shows the ineffectiveness of the policy response in India. Now, let us come to the drawbacks of the 1981 Act. So, let us see what are the drawbacks of this Act. So, under the 1981 Act, the pollution control boards are unable to fulfill their mandate. So, what is the mandate of the pollution control boards? The mandate is to act as watchdogs against the polluting industries. So, under the 1981 Act, the control boards, they are not able to fulfill their mandate. Now, secondly, India's Air Act, the 1981 Act, does not mention or does not prioritize the importance of reducing the health impact. So, addressing the health impact, it is not mentioned or prioritized in the present 1981 Air Act. So, what is required? Therefore, it is important to rework and revise the 1981 Air Act. And at present, the 1981 Air Act is the act that governs the country's pollution control system. So, we need to revise it, we need to rework on it in order to make it compatible to the contemporary India's demands. Now, let us see what should be the requirements in the new law. What should the new law bring in? First of all, the new law should plug the loopholes in the 1981 Act. So, the 1981 Act has got certain loopholes and that has to be filled. Secondly, it should align the functions and priorities of the pollution boards towards reducing adverse impact of pollution on human health. So, a priority should be given to human health. So, prioritizing human health or health needs is important. So, the new law should make protecting human health needs a priority or the central theme. And fourth one, whenever the air quality goes from normal or towards a level of toxic or hazardous level, then the boards must be empowered to declare public health emergencies. So, the pollution control board should be able to declare public health emergencies. And under this, the board should have the power to temporarily shut down all the polluting activities. So, public health emergency means that an emergency should be declared so that all the polluting activities should be shut down or closed. Now, fifth one, in the new law, there should be accountability and deterrence. So, these should be the features. Accountability and deterrence are essential in ensuring that the industries comply with the emission standards. So, there should be accountability. The industries should be accountable to the board and also there should be deterrence provisions. Now, the sixth one, the board should be empowered to encash environmental compensation from polluting industries. So, there should be a provision, a legal provision that the pollution control board can encash environmental compensation from the polluting industries. Now, the industries and the respective state boards, they should be given ranking based on the order of their efficiency and program delivery. So, this will definitely incentivize the industries to better themselves through environmental compensations. And next thing is that we know India has got a federal system. We have the central government at the top level and below that we have state level governments and further below we have the local governments. So, as we have a federal system, coordination and cooperation between different levels of government is very important. We have seen that one major issue in combating the air pollution is the counter blame by the center towards the state and state towards the center. So, this should be stopped and it should be ensured that there is a proper coordination and synergy between the center and the states. And also the new law should push the central government and the state government to convene joint sittings with a multi-sectoral participation from concerned ministries. Multi-sectoral means different departments, different ministries who are associated with this problem. They should have multi-sectoral participation, joint participation from different departments. This is because multi-sectoral participation is very important. Why? The reason is that air pollution is not a problem which has got a single solution. For example, air pollution. So this has got an environmental consequence. So the environmental ministry and departments, concerned departments should deal with it. Now again, this has got a human health consequences. So the health ministry will have to deal with it. Also, this has got an impact on educational institutions. So when the air quality comes down, then the schools have to be shut down. So the education ministry and concerned departments. So the problem of air pollution cannot be simply solved by just involvement of a single department or a single ministry. So this requires a multi-sectoral approach, a multi-dimensional approach. So this multi-sectoral participation should be ensured in the new law. And it should also ensure political commitment or political leadership. This means that the new law must give an additional mandate to a senior minister or else the Prime Minister's office, the PMO, to involve in this issue directly. And again, transparency is very important. The pollution targets must be made public every year, and also the achievement of this target should be made transparent. It should be made public, and this will ensure more transparency. So these are the things that the new law should address, and it is high time that we amend the already existing law in order to meet with the contemporary needs regarding air pollution levels. You can find the PDF of this lecture on our website www.studyiq.com. You can follow my Facebook page for more video updates. You can write to me at joycey.studyiq@gmail.com for any of your queries and clarification. Thank you.